Add insult to injury. Royals' split could be long-term due to damage Harry brought on his father. The rift between Prince Harry and his dad may be as damaging to the future king as that between Prince Charles and Princess Diana, a royal insider has claimed. Richard Kay, who was a personal friend of the Princess of Wales, suggested that the relationship of the royal father and son could have long-term, serious implications. He was speaking as Harry was dragged into allegations of cash for honours that was engulfing his father's charity. The Duke of Sussex said he severed ties with Saudi billionaire Mahfouz Mareh Mubarak bin Mahfouz a year before he was presented the CBE by Prince Charles. Harry reportedly had concerns over the businessman's motives. Reports say Mr. Mahfouz, who is listed as a supporter on the Prince's Foundation website, donated large sums to restoration projects of particular interest to Charles. The Sunday Times reported Harry's charity Centre Bail accepted £50,000 from the same tycoon. The Prince then gave Mr. Mahfouz, who denies any wrongdoing, a CBE in a ceremony at Buckingham Palace in 2016, which was not published in the court circular. Harry said he had no involvement in what he described as the CBE scandal. Harry's official spokesperson responded by expressing concerns over the motives of Mahfouz and saying the Duke had expressed his concerns about the donor, though she did not say to whom. It comes after Prince Harry in May told Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert podcast he had experienced genetic pain, in which Prince Charles passed on trauma from his own royal upbringing. Kay, writing in the Daily Mail, said, criticizing his father, and by implication the Queen, for the way he was raised is one thing. But the broadside he launched questioning the motives of Dr. Mahfouz Mareh Mubarak bin Mahfouz and highlighting his own concerns about the Saudi businessman, is an implicit challenge to Charles's judgment. Such a rebuke, especially if it continues, could have an impact on the prince as monarch as we edge closer to his reign. And it is why this week those close to Charles are viewing the unraveling of the relationship between father and son as potentially as damaging as that between the prince and Princess Diana. Prince Charles was popular before his marriage to Diana exploded in the media starting in 1992 with a biography by Andrew Morton, Diana, Her True Story, which exposed his affair with Camilla, now his wife the Duchess of Cornwall. Polling by Ipsos Mori in 1991 showed 82% of Britons thought Charles would make a good king, but by 1996, the year of the divorce, he was down to 41%. Currently, 34% believe he will be a good successor to Queen Elizabeth II compared to 33% who do not, though even that is a boost compared to May when 35% thought he would make a bad king and 31% good. And it comes at a time when the Queen's health problems have pushed to the fore the question of her successor. The Prince's Foundation released a summary of its internal investigation into cash for honours which appeared to confirm the allegations against Chief Executive Michael Fawcett. It read, with respect to the allegation of securing honours for a donor in exchange for donations, there is evidence that communication and coordination took place between the CEO at the time and so-called fixers regarding honorary nominations for a donor between 2014-18. There is no evidence that trustees at the time were aware of these communications. The statement by Prince Harry's spokesperson read, "It is disappointing that the Sunday Times, knowing all the facts, has chosen to encourage speculation by being deliberately vague to try to create a falsified link between the Duke of Sussex and the CBE scandal, of which he had no knowledge or involvement. The Duke and his advisers, as well as his non-profit Centre Bail, severed ties with Mr. Mahfouz and his associates in 2015, no longer accepting further donations to Centre Bail and discontinuing any plans for a fundraising event amid growing concerns over the motives for his support. The Duke had one planned meeting with this donor nearly 8 years ago, did not introduce him to any members of the royal family, and expressed his concerns about the donor family, and